Hey everybody, welcome to Good Turn Daily. It's been a pretty busy weekend. I went through my garage and sorted out a whole bunch of stuff and decided, what the heck, I'll turn a bowl. I know I just did a project, but what the heck, you know, I try to do something every day, but it just doesn't work out that way. So the piece that you're looking at is just a piece of cherry. It's been laminated together. The guy that I get it from, he has lots of offcuts and things like that that he just throws away. So I was able to rescue this, and last week I watched The Flaming Turner, and he gave me the idea for this pattern. And so, Nick, hey, thanks a lot, appreciate it. I wasn't as adventurous as you to do the many colors and burning it and all that kind of stuff. But I think if you keep watching, you'll like it. It turned out really good. Yeah, there's a big split in the wood, and so I end up putting some CA glue with some shavings, and it kind of masked it, but it wasn't something that I was terribly worried about though, because mostly you see the crack on the bottom. Get it? Crack on the bottom. So anyway, I decided to slice up some Purple Heart, just some really thin pieces, and that will be my top part. Sorry, I had to go find my clamps, my bucket of clamps.
The time is now 5 p.m.
It is 5 p.m. when I edit this. But you guys get to see this tomorrow. Which would be today. I'm so confused. So I had to take this to my chop saw because just that one little section was a little bit long and it was going to end up hitting my bench, so, or the bottom of my lathe, I should say. There we go. So I had to be really careful. I pictured if I ended up getting a catch on this Purple Heart, it would just end up snapping off the bowl, and I didn't want to do that. So I was just very careful and methodical. One cool thing that I learned about Purple Heart is it does lighten up over time, but if you want to restore it back to the way it is, just apply heat, and you'll kind of notice that as I'm kind of putting it into shape, you'll see sections that are a little darker than others, and it's just all because it gets a little hotter when I'm cutting it down. there's that little crack. Just wanted to get a good eye on how wide I wanted to make the bowl portion of it. I end up getting a little bit wider. I've never done one of these that you just barely hollow out the middle of it, and I guess this will be used as like a centerpiece or something like that. Don't really like the smell of the Purple Heart. The cherry though, yeah, smells awesome. That edge was just a little too sharp, so I thought I'd just kind of round it over a little bit. There's that little crack. So I just take some of the shavings that I got, some really fine ones, and push them in and try to get them the same color, you know, rather than just have the purple. The one thing that I did find out though is when you put CA glue on cherry is it likes to keep the dark, and I guess if I redid it, it would have taken that away, but I didn't want to do that, so. So sanding, I start with 200 grit, and then work through 500, and then I stop at 1000. I find that when I do that, it really gives it a good shine. If you can see from your sandpaper that the wood is already shining, imagine what's going to happen when you add like your wax or your your shellac or whatever finish that you want to. Boy, I'm just not with it today. Sorry about that. Here I'm just putting some sanding sealer on. And then I use my homemade abrasive paste. I love how that purple just pops against the cherry. It almost looks like a donut. I might have to do that one of these times. Just make a great big donut. So, little feed and wax. I did use just a shellac. And I did about 3 coats of the shellac, and then I finished with the feed and wax. So that's it. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have a great day. Do a good turn daily.